Hi, my name is Dave, and I've done 1,000 hours of songwriting practice, and here's what I've learned. Hello, welcome to my 10,000 hour challenge. Today is April 12th, 2020. Okay, welcome to another day. I am going to continue on to another challenge. 10,000 hours. So today I'm going to record Okay, so over the last 439 days, I have spent 1,000 hours doing songwriting practice. And when I say practice, I mean actually focused work, not scrolling on my Instagram for 2 hours and calling that work, or watching an instructional video and calling that practice. No, this is 1,000 hours of production and songwriting practice. And before I let you guys know what I've learned, let me just rewind it back as to when and why I decided to take on this 10,000 hour journey. Okay, so it was 2020, and we all know 2020 pretty well. The heart of COVID, we weren't working, there was a lot of time that we had, and I'll be completely honest with you, there was a time in my life where I wanted to be that rich and famous artist, and it's frustrating, you know, when you sort of put all this time and effort into your songs and into your music and you don't see the results or the success that you want to see. Stemming from that and having all the time in the world, I decided to study the habits of successful people, meaning that I looked into, you know, all my favorite artists that I love to listen to, businessmen and women, and athletes, and any information that I could find on how to get from where I am to where they were. And I came across this.
Hi, I'm Tom. I just wanted to ask, have you any advice or top tips for any upcoming musicians, or any kind of wisdom you'd like to share?
Of course. I think the key, have you ever heard of this theory about the 10,000 hours theory?
Yes.
So
yeah.
that theory works, right? So
well.
when I first started out, I saw Damien Rice in concert, and I mentioned it in a song. I said I won't stop till my name's in lights, Stadium Heights with Damien Rice, and literally, like, I watched him and was like, I want to do that one day, and wrote a million songs, did a million gigs, and have ended up kind of doing a similar thing. But it literally came from writing a song a day, or 2 songs a day, or 5 songs a day, and just getting all these songs out of me. I just say the more and more you can do, you put in your 10,000 hours, write as many songs as possible, gig as much as possible.
And then this.
The biggest thing is to, I would say, rehearse, practice, and, you know, it doesn't matter if you're in front of Target, a daycare, wherever
They
you
say
have
it
to
takes
perform as hard
10,000 hours
to
to master.
Exactly.
You would agree with that?
Absolutely.
And this.
You know, and part of that is just you have to put your hours in. You know, I'm a real believer in that thing. You know, it's 10,000 hours to get good at something.
Like I said, you got to be great at whatever you're doing. Even if you're not known for it yet, you have to be developing into someone who can be great. And, you know, if you read Malcolm Gladwell, for instance, he believes you have to practice 10,000 hours to be a genius at any particular field. And I don't know if the exact number is right, but I'm sure directionally that's correct, that you need to spend a hell of a lot of time doing something and practicing at it and getting better at it for you to be great.
And that as well, yep.
You did not get to be editor of Vogue magazine by not working and working and working and working and working to get here. I love the theory of that there's 10,000 hours behind anybody who ever gets to be successful.
Yep.
I mean, I like this. Who's responsible for this? This must have been Phineas, because you can't reach that.
Shut up. Neither can you.
Yes, I can.
Yeah, Phineas wrote that from Outliers.
10,000 hours. Is that how you felt when you were in this room? We're going to put our 10,000 hours in now.
He definitely felt like that. That was his whole thing.
Okay, so let me just jump in here. 10,000 hours, if you break it down, is about 2.5 hours every single day for 10 years. And this is my pivot towards Snoop Dogg.
So it's like you have to practice over the years. I wasn't great in the beginning. I was all right. and then I got cool, and then I got good, then I got better, and then I got great. Those are steps to becoming great. And a lot of people ain't willing to take those steps. It takes 10 years at something continuously to become great at it. And I stuck with it for 10 years straight. Before I had a record deal, before I had money, before I had lights and camera, before I had, people wanting to sit down and interview me, I was 10 years strong in the game.
Okay, so after watching all these videos, and there's plenty more that I can share, I was extremely humbled. And I realized this entitled Dave Hawang is not deserving of the success that I was after, especially when I hadn't put in the work that I was required to do. And so in 2020, I decided to make a decision and a commitment to myself to pursue and document myself doing 10,000 hours of songwriting practice. And here I am today, 12th of July 2024. I can say that I have done 1,000 hours of songwriting practice. I'm only 10% of the way there, but there's a lot of lessons that I have learned. Now, throughout this time, I have written about 170 songs, most of which you can find on Spotify under MSG, just a shameless plug. But today I just want to share maybe a few things that I have learned throughout this time that hopefully you might find useful if you too are pursuing your dreams. So the first thing that I learned is that discipline is greater than motivation. Back in 2022, when I decided to release a song a week for an entire year, I learned a huge lesson on discipline. Because there were many times when I didn't want to write, but knowing that there was a deadline and that I had to finish a song, I learned that discipline and doing the things that you need to do on a daily basis will help you progress much more further than if I was to depend on motivation. Because what if I'm not motivated for 6 months? Do I not write for 6 months? So comparing that to 2023, when I depended heavily on motivation, I didn't get much done. In fact, I felt that I took steps backwards, and I had to relearn some of the things that I learned back in 2022 because I was disciplined and I did that daily grind. That when it came to 2023, where I went for months without writing any songs, I didn't make as much progress as I would have liked. Success doesn't care about your feelings. Success rewards you when you take action. Okay, so the second thing that I learned was not putting my self-worth and value in vanity metrics, meaning that that my value is not tied to the number of followers that I have, the number of monthly listeners that listen to my songs, the amount of subscribers that I have. Because if that was the case, I would have given up probably 160 songs ago. And I've been there. I remember refreshing my Instagram page and my YouTube channel every time I posted something to see whether someone would have liked my music or commented on it or shared it. And it's not the way to go about your business. So instead, I shifted my focus on a couple of things. I focused on just getting better every single day, and 2, focusing on purpose. So I asked myself the question, how does my music make others feel? My music is quite niche, it's comedy, and I remember a time when I did a show and a gentleman came up to me at the end and he said, "Hey man, thanks so much for the show tonight, because I had a rough day and I needed a good laugh." So at the end of the day, focus on your purpose, because that will give you so much more longevity in your career as opposed to just chasing down the numbers. And the last thing that I want to share with you guys today is seek to fail. There are more lessons to be learned through failure than through successes. There was a time when I DM'd maybe 300 to 400 fast food chains, and this was during the time I was writing jingles, and 95% of those messages, no one responded. The other 4% said no, and the 1% that got back to me, they said, maybe would be interested. And from that, I was able to write songs that appeared on Red Rooster's Instagram page. Five Guys, GYG re-recorded a video in Toowoomba using my music. McCain shared one of my songs. Now, just because I've written 170 songs and none of it has gone viral doesn't mean I haven't had my wins. And throughout the last 4 years, there have been so many things that I can celebrate. For example, having all those songs on those fast food chains that I just mentioned. So if you don't take the opportunities with the risk of failure, then how are you going to win? So having said all this, where to next? Well, I'm onwards to my next 1,000 hours, and there's a few things that I will like from you guys to help me achieve my goals. The first thing that I need is an accountability partner. I need someone to say to me on a regular basis, Dave, stop watching Star Wars. Have you done any work on your music today? The second thing that I need is a mentor, someone who is in the music industry and has experience in songwriting and production. I need someone to tell me that my music sucks. I've had enough of encouragement, guys. There's too much encouragement. I need someone to give me constructive criticism. So if you know someone or are someone who is in the industry right now and is open to giving me those constructive feedback, let me know, hit me up. But I do want to say thanks to everyone who's followed me on this journey and encouraged me throughout this time. It's been hard, but good. It's been good at the same time. So thank you for watching, and hey, let's try and get to 2,000 hours. I'll see you soon.